So the oracle card for today from the Ascended Masters cards is this. And this is Apollo, and he's a lovely looking fella. And it's focus upon your strengths. Wow, look at all that sun energy. So yeah. And I really was thinking about this, thinking like we can commonly be very hard on ourselves. And, even if we manage to have compassion and care for other people, in difficult situations, we often don't extend that to ourselves. So I would definitely encourage us today and always to be compassionate and kind to ourselves, and speak to ourselves, try and find a way of speaking to ourselves in a kind voice. And often a good way of engendering this kind of focusing upon our strengths, this will help to keep us from that kind of more negative space. And also, draw out that kind of loving kindness which we have for other people, but for ourselves, so that we can generate more. So let's just think about that today, and also just connecting with this sort of sunshiny energy which we've been enjoying a little bit of, which can be overwhelming, but can also be a really source of energy as long as we balance it out. So let's bring this all together in our balance today, our balancing practice today. Focusing upon your strengths, and then usually what we might see as the weaknesses or the challenges, and it gets taken care of just naturally and easily. So let's start standing, feet on the ground, feel that groundedness. Feet, let them land a little bit, maybe have a little bit of a bounce. Heels, just bounce on the ground, keep the knees nice and soft, just breathe in through the nostrils, out through the mouth. Yeah, earthing ourselves. So we feel this earth quality. The earth, of course, nature, the body, the physical, the material, the feminine, the kind of divine feminine, if you like, this earth. And let's bring the sides of the feet together. Let's just fill up this earth, this body with a bit more light. So sides of the legs together, breathing in, lift the arms up, interlink the fingers above the head. Inhale, lift the heels high, push off the toes, hold your breath in. Really squeeze everything together, hold it. So it's dynamic, is helping that balance. And then a soft exhale through the nostrils, breathing out. Softly, 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 hands coming down to the side, softly. So finding that lovely, soft, gentle kind of quality, breathing in. Filling ourselves up, powering up. So we feel this empowered, strong, sunshiny energy. And then we return back down to the earth, to the softness, to the more liquid, to the kind of grounded earthiness. Put the feet apart a little bit. Lift the shoulders up, breathing in. Out through the mouth. Let's just find those different kind of ends of the scale, if you like. That intense, that holding, and then that release through the mouth, so that we can find that kind of space in between, that balanced place. Out through the mouth. Let's do one more of those. Breathing in, squeeze the shoulders up high by the ears. Create our own intended intention, and then out. Intended tension rather, out through the mouth. Roll the shoulders back. Let's get some rolling motion. Let the knees join in a little bit as well. Rolling them back, opening the chest, letting the elbows start to lead. Notice how the elbows start to lead, lifting the elbows up high. So inhaling, lifting the elbows, the arms are coming up, maybe the wrists to begin, and the fingers lifting up, breathing in, opening the chest wide. Big action, opening up the whole chest. This is like saying yes to the world, breathing in and breathing out. We're all coming out of our caves at the moment, out of the hibernation. And let's just allow ourselves to expand a little bit, to be able to receive all this energy, this light, which maybe we haven't been able to have that same capacity. Breathing in and breathing out. Letting the arms rest there. And the sides now, shoulders forwards. Again, bending the knees. Feet staying on the ground there, nice and steady. Feeling the ground, feeling our earthly bodies, taking care of this earthly body. Breathing in, elbows slowly lifting up, higher and higher. So it's almost like the body wants to dive in. It's like opening up and diving up. Breathing in, look up, open is really wide, and opening across the back, the upper back, making that nice and broad. So we start to feel a little bit more energy moving around the body now. Put the feet a bit further apart, knees nice and soft, bendy actually, and we're just turning on our central axis. So it's important to ground, so feeling our physicality, but also important to centralize, to find a center. So we're feeling the center, but staying kind of steady. You know, thinking about this thread lifting the crown of the head and then the base going down into the earth. Maybe feeling a sense of connection to the universe from the top of the head and then down deep into the earth below. So we feel the center. The more we practice finding our center, finding our ground, we become much better able to notice when we're not grounded, when we're not centered. So we can find ways of coming back to that center. Let's warm up the body and connect everything up a little bit by lifting the left knee, meeting it with the opposite hand, keeping it light and lively. Little cross crawl here. Get the brain and body a bit more organized, a bit more harmonized. Yeah, they're kind of speaking to each other a bit more clearly. Not so fragmented, maybe. Then we extend the leg out, meet it with the opposite hand. Again, moving at a pace that feels good for you. If you feel like you need a bit more enlivening, you can go a bit faster. Feeling like you need to focus a bit more, a bit slower. And then we take the leg out to the side. So leg out to the side, left leg maybe, and the right arm, the opposite arm is going over the head, making this lovely opening here. We're also getting a bit of a squeezing on the left side. So we're working both sides of the body, keeping the spine upright, keeping that center. Also important, obviously, for balance, being able to become centered, being at our center. Good. Amazing how easy it is to become thrown off center. Sometimes some little negative thought or some experience can kind of just throw us off. Anything. So we meet that with kindness in ourselves. Okay, so let's find another one, which is opening the body, thinking about more opening. So lifting the left knee and taking the right elbow out to the side. So they're kind of drawing circles, and then the opposite. Opening across the body. Such a lovely feeling of opening. And this diagonal from the shoulder to the hip, and the elbow to the knee. Yeah. Let's feel that opening up. Breathe. Inhaling and exhaling through the nostrils. Good. Okay. Hands in front and behind, waking up. Getting a bit of energy in the hands, enlivening, refreshing the space with this kind of waking, clapping. Okay, let's just rotate the wrists again, taking a focus to this little detail of the body. Often not such a big part, so it kind of doesn't get so much recognition in the wrists. Notice if there's any clicks, any pops there, rotating the other direction. Let the hands move around if they want to as well, not have to hold them in one place. So it also works into the arms, the elbows, into the shoulders. And then just loosen the fingers up by making these little stars. Kind of nice feeling as well, releasing tension as well. Shake the hands out. Okay, so take the feet a bit further apart. I'm just going to do this little palm tree. So breathing in, lift the arms up. So we're kind of in a bit of an X shape, but not a big X, like a skinny X. Breathing in, and then breathing out, leaning over to the left. As you lean over to the left, keeping the body in line and making sure you press a little bit into that left foot or the side you're leaning to. Inhaling up to center, extend the fingers up and out. Exhaling over to the right, so extending the body. Keep extending into the fingers. Breathing in. Breathing in and out through the nostrils all the time. So keep going to the side while there's out breath, then use the in breath to lift you back up. Remember to push into the foot to the other side you're leaning towards. Inhale. A couple more of these. Breathing out. Maybe you can go a bit further. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, leaning over. And inhaling to finish, exhaling, lower the arms down. So we're getting a bit more length in the sides. Let's come into Trikonasana now, lengthen the sides. So triangle. Feet hips width apart, feet parallel. Lifting the chest, standing tall, shoulders down, back of the neck long. Feet in connection with the ground. Weight on the left foot, step back with the right. Get the feet steady, stable. Get the hips stable. Keep the pelvis in a really good position so you're pointing your tailbone down, strong belly. Breathing in, lift the arms up. Breathing out, bring the arms down to shoulder height. Breathing in, open the chest, open the palms, breathing out. So keep this expanse between the fingertips, breathing out, reaching over to your left and down. Make connection with that leg. Maybe it's the lower part of the leg, maybe it's not the lower part, it hasn't got to be. Reaching up with the right hand, so opening across the chest. The neck is getting longer, you're pressing the shoulders down away from your ears. Your neck is staying in line. Keep this. This is what alignment is really about. It's about centering, finding your center, being able to locate your center rather than making your body be in a shape that you think it should be in. It's finding that center, finding that balance, finding your breath within all of this. Breathe. Breathe. Feel your feet aren't gripping, feel your knees are not locked. So there's movement, there's flow. Energy can flow. Use the inhale to come up, maybe bend into the left knee to soften that. Exhaling, lower the arms down. Bend into the right knee and come to the front of your mat. Take a moment there. Breathe in, breathe out. Take an in breath, put the weight on the right foot. Step back with the left. Feet are at right angles to each other. Get the hips square. Strong belly. Breathe in, lift the arms up. Lengthen the body. Breathe out, bring the arms down to shoulder height. Breathing in, open the chest, fingertip to fingertip. Breathing out, reaching over to your right and then down. Make contact with that right leg. Pressing against it with either the palm of the hand or the back of the hand. Reaching the fingertips up to the skies. Long neck in line with the spine. Keep that lovely long line, soften the knees, feel the feet on the ground, maybe wiggle the toes. Just find that distinct difference between a bent knee and a straight knee, and the difference between a straight knee and a locked knee. There's a very particular space where your legs have to work still, but they're not braced. Breathe. Long neck, shoulders moving away from the ears, fingers extending away from each other, long in the left side there. Use the inhale to come up, maybe bend into the right knee. Exhale, lower the arms down, bend into the left knee, and bring yourself back to the front of the mat. Good, let's come into reverse triangles. So put the weight on the left foot, right foot, step back. Both feet now point forward, so swivel that left foot forward. Nice and square in your hips again. Breathing in, lift the arms up. Breathing out, bring the arms down to shoulder height. So dropping the shoulders down. Notice when you drop the shoulders down, there's a lift in the chest and the front of the body gets long. Breathe in. Out breath, turn towards your right leg or the outside of the right leg. Breathe in. Exhale, left hand comes down to the outside of the right leg. And you may be able to get down to the ankle. Don't worry if you can't, it's okay to press against the leg, but get hold of it, it makes it easier. And reaching up the right hand to the ceiling, to the skies, taking that right shoulder down away from your right ear. So we're really opening the chest. Really think about the sunshiny Apollo energy. Yeah, in the body. Good. Now we're going to breathe in. As you exhale, bring the right hand down to the right foot. Left hand steps across to the left foot. Bring the fingertips to the center. Use the inhale to look up, lengthen, open the chest. Exhaling, forward bend, bringing the hands to the ground. Now you're going to take the hands to the waist or the hips. Lift the eyes to look forward, lift the chest, lift the elbows as well. Strengthen the legs, buttocks, abdominals, back, and just breathe here. Just holding this halfway position. Take hold of your back if you need the extra support. Now use the inhale to lift yourself back up to standing and exhale. release the arms. Breathe in, lift the arms up. Breathing out, bring the arms down to shoulder height. Breathing in. As you breathe out, turning towards your left, keep the shoulders down from each other. Breathe in, and then the right hand, as you breathe out, is coming down to the outside of your left leg. Reaching up with the left fingertips, drop the shoulders down away from your ears. Breathe. Breathe deeply. How to breathe deeply? Extend the out breath. Good. Enjoy that twist in the body. One more breath in. Bring the left hand down to the left foot. Step the right hand over to the right. Let's again take the fingertips to the center. Use the inhale to look up, lift your gaze, lift your chest, take the shoulders away. Lots of openness here in this whole area, the chest, the throat. And then breathing out, forward bend. If you need to bend your knees slightly, that's fine. Let's have a little wander over to the right, just to see how this feels. Walking the fingers just across the floor. Again, if you need to bend your knees to make contact with the floor, that's fine. And just slowly, slowly see what the range of movement is. Can we get right around to the right side of the foot? See how that feels, what the impact on the body, and then we'll just slowly, again, slowly walk around through the center. Just being, it's like we're interested, we're interested little creatures. We're just, oh, what's around here? Having a slow little look there. All the time, just keeping that balance of being curious and wanting to explore, go a bit further, just keeping that care for ourselves. Not pushing, not forcing. And walking the hands back to the center. And this time, let's bend the knees and let the body hang. And let's take a breath out through the mouth. Knees are bent. We're in a wide leg ragdoll. Breathing in through the nostrils. Out through the mouth, sigh. Ah. Good. Ah. Yeah, try that again. Now feel that little pull, which is starting at the very base of the spine. It's pulling you from the very base. Leave everything else heavy. Keep the knees bent, let the arms be heavy, the head be heavy. Do this as slowly as you can, really consciously, breathing gently in and out through the nostrils the whole time until your body comes to standing, the shoulders lift, roll back, the head lifts. Good. And let's just bring the feet together, however feels comfortable for you. Give those legs a little shake. Okay. So we're going to come to the back of the mat now. I'm going to come into a warrior one. So put the feet in a little V shape with the space between the heels. Put the weight onto the left foot. Step forward a big step with the right foot. Good. Nice big step. You can adjust a bit, make it a bit wider if you need to. Shuffle the foot forward. Get these hips really steady and take the right hip back, left hip forwards. So you're facing very clearly the front of the mat. Pushing that left heel down already. So the left heel's going down and the right toes are firmly down. We're not gripping though. Now let's just take the hands forwards here. Bend into the right knee. The knee is hovering above the ankle there. Notice when that knee goes forward, you're not turning the body towards the left. It's staying facing forward. So keeping those hips level. Strong base of the spine there. Arms forwards, head relaxed, so neck is relaxed, looking down to that right knee. Use the inhale to open up. Open that heart nice and wide and exhale. So we're going to moving, keeping that twist posture, giving it a bit more dynamic so we can feel everything that's happening. And notice the front and the back of the body. Inhaling, opening the chest, look up, open the front of the throat so we can really feel the energy of the throat, that receptive and also expressive part of our energy system, the throat area. Breathing in, open up wide, take the hands back, keeping that strength in the legs, breathing out, bring the arms forwards. Now straighten the legs out, drop the arms down, bend into that right knee a lot so you can spring back, and then give the legs a little bit of a shake. Let's just shake everything up a bit, shake the shoulders, shake the hips, shake the knees, make some sound. Ah, good. Feels fun to do that. Yeah, it just feels like revitalizing. Weight on the right foot. Take a big step forward with the left. big a step as you can manage, or a couple of steps. And then if you want to creep it a bit more forward, you can. Right hip forward, left hip back. You can even put your hands on your body to encourage that. So to keep that right hip forward, you need to be using a bit of buttock strength and pushing that right heel down. Good. Lifting the chest, front of the body's really strong and open. Taking the hands forwards, bring the hands together, drop the head down, looking down at that left knee, and breathing in, and then breathing out, just bending into that left knee, and it's hovering above the ankle there. As that knee comes forward, don't forget to press into that right heel, so we get this dynamic. So we've got a lovely dynamic going on with the legs. Now we're going to move and have a dynamic with the arms. Inhale, open the chest wide, front of the shoulders opening. Breathing out, take the hands forward, drop the head down. Back of the neck is opening. Back of the, between the shoulder blades is opening. Now the heart's opening. It's like lifting up. That chest is really flying upwards, the heart. Breathing out, hands coming forwards also as well as together. So the neck is getting some mobilization as well. And the throat opening. And then releasing the back. And the back of the heart also. So we're really expanding this whole chest and shoulder area whilst keeping the ground, keeping our legs strong. Breathing in one more time, open. Really heart flying up, breathing out, release. Put the hands, bend into the left knee and spring back to the back of the mat. Let's shake it all up again. So let's get the knees going, the hips, shoulders, any kind of sort of rigidity or things that have gotten stuck in the body, let's release them. Breathing in. Everything is shaken up. Good, so it's resetting everything. Let's take a moment now to come into a squat. So feet a little bit distance apart, feet pointing out, and we'll sit down into this squat position. Yeah, it feels good to get close to the ground. So find your position. Maybe you might need to put something underneath the heels, blanket, cushion, books, blocks, and get the body in between these knees and let the body hang. Let the head hang. See if you can experience the weight of the head really hanging forwards. Put the backs of the hands on the ground so we get this almost like you're releasing the head into the hands. Yeah, make some nice noisy sighs, breathing into the nostrils. Just releasing any tension from the nervous system. Pure expression. Doesn't need any words, just need to beautiful. Now bring your head up. Let's take the left hand down onto the ground there. Again, feeling the ground there, steady and solid. And breathing in, lift the right arm up, lift the fingertips to the ceiling, to the skies, and we'll rotate that right wrist. So we're going clockwise with the right wrist, watching it with the eyes, and just being interested in this beautiful movement, spiraling upwards. And then we rotate in the opposite direction. And again, interested in this kind of unspiraling, this kind of unraveling, watching that arm move through space, this unraveling motion down to the ground. That right hand connect with the ground, breathing in, lift the fingertips to the ceiling, to the skies. And let's rotate that left wrist again clockwise to begin, spiraling upwards, watching it with interest, curiosity. Breathe. Just be endlessly curious about your body, about your breath. Each breath brand new, you never had that breath before. Now we're turning that hand anti-clockwise. It's going around, that wrist is getting freed up. And also now coming down to the ground, the whole arm is playing in this, the elbow, the shoulder. Spirals, just release everything. Now let's take the hands forwards. Going to come on to all fours. We'll take a brief little moment of repose, sitting back into the heels. Take the hands forward, bring the forehead to the ground. Resting in the swan position. Lovely swan posture. And again here, breathing into the nostrils. Sigh out through the mouth. So with the hands here, nicely positioned, spread the fingers wide. Palms engage with the ground. Use the inhale to come up to all fours. And the exhale, the hips coming forward, shoulders going down, away from the ears and back. So we're exposing and opening the chest. Inhale, lift up to all fours. Exhale, sit back. Really send the sitting bones back into the heels. So we get that lovely openness in the back of the shoulders. Inhale. Exhale. So again, front and back of the body, we're giving them equal kind of emphasis. Inhaling, exhaling. The inhale is always the same. Inhale is always coming to this nice, almost neutral position in the center. And then the exhale, we're finding either end of this scale. Breathing in and breathing out. Sit deeply. See if you can sit more deeply back into the heels. See if you can breathe out a little bit longer. Inhale, let's do a couple more. Breathing in, breathing out. Keep the elbows slightly soft so you can get this openness. And then lift with the chest, and it keeps the groin off the ground as well. We're not dropping down to the ground. Keeping that strong. Breathing in and breathing out. Last one, breathing in. Open the chest, shoulders back, slightly bend in the elbows. Look up at the ceiling. Inhale, and then exhale, sit back into the heels. Good. Again, breathe into the nostrils. Sigh out for the mouth. Good. Walk the hands back up to kneeling. And we're going to just come up onto a kneeling position. And from here, you might want to change your position and come to this way, depending where you are on your mat, because it's just nice to get something for your foot to cushion on. We're going to come into the gate posture. So first of all, you might want to just come onto your right foot, so lifting the right knee, and then take it out to the side. So I've got my toes pointing directly out. Now try and make sure, can you see my left thigh, we're not on this sort of diagonal shape. We want it to be upright. So it's really stable. And that right foot's going out to the side. And we're kind of straight legged if you can. If it's slightly bent, that's okay. And the torso is going directly upwards. Now we're going to put the right hand on the thigh there, rest it there. Inhale through the left, stretch it up to the ceiling. And we're going to slide that down the leg. Try not to really undo the locking of the knee, because that's not going to be very nice for your leg there. I'm reaching over the body, sliding down as much as you feel comfortable. So lovely opening here in the side body, in the hip there. It's going to feel really lovely and open. But work with that gradually. We're not forcing, we're not pushing. I use the inhale to come up, exhale, lower the arm down. Notice the difference between the sides. Maybe bring that knee back, sit down onto your knees again, see how that feels. Yes, definitely feels like I need to do the other side. So come back onto high knees. Lift that left foot up onto the left foot. Take it out to the side, pointing the toes directly out to the sides. Check that your right leg is upright. We're not leaning. Nice and straight up here. And this leg is, the foot is really engaged with the ground. We're not bracing that knee, remember. Left hand rests on the left thigh. Breathe in, extend that right arm up to the ceiling, fingers extending to the skies. Breathing out, slide the left hand down the leg, be supported there. Press the foot into the ground and reaching over the body. If you can, your balance is okay, you can look up on the inside of that arm to the ceiling. So we're not flopping the arm forward in front of our faces. Getting this maximum lovely line here. Lovely long line, as if we're trying to reach to the toes here. Good. Breathe. And out through the nostrils. Now use the inhale to come up. Exhale, lower the arm down. And just bring that leg in. And just come to kneeling again. Good. Take a little moment here. See how that feels. And then let's come to all fours. We're in a tabletop now, so the hands underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips, space between the knees, space between the hands. So we've got a lovely, solid, grounded table. So we're going to just play around with some opposites here, balancing the energies, breathing in, extend the right arm forward, left leg back. Some of my favorites, I love this one. Bringing the right hand down, left knee down, looking down at the hands. Inhaling, looking forwards, taking the left arm forwards, the right leg back. Exhaling, bringing the knee and the hand down. Enjoying that transition. It's a potent word, transition. Kind of, in some senses, we may always be in some kind of transition moment, but particularly right now when we're transitioning, into different ways of being, and we kind of just notice that point where we're changing from the right to left, left to right, extend on the inhale, and also changing from that softening to that strong direction, the masculine to the feminine, feminine to the masculine. So make that very expressive and really extended on the inhale, a full inhale, and the full exhale. Soften everything up. Soften the elbows, really let yourself land and almost sink into the earth on the exhale. Let's do one more each side. Inhale, exhale. Moving in the speed that you feel good at. I'm going super slow, but you might not want to go as slow as I am. That's fine. So here with this position again, let's just get the spine moving a little bit more. So very simple version here. Breathing in, lift the head, lift the gaze, looking up maybe at where the ceiling meets the wall. Open the chest, shoulders back, elbows slightly soft. And then exhaling, start from the base of the spine. The tail tucks under, we arch and we lift, arching, arching. Chin comes to chest. And then the inhale begins at the base of the spine. We start lifting our tail, it ripples up through the spine. Chest open, shoulders back, look up. So we're just moving in this very clear, distinct way, smooth and even. And again, there's a sense of opening the front of the body as you inhale, lift the chest, shoulders back, and then opening the back of the body as you exhale. Expanding the back body, expanding the front body. So just moving with that. Inhaling and exhaling. Just enjoying. Being very conscious about how you move, being really aware of the breath and the spine. Maybe close the eyes to get a bit closer, to become a bit more intimate with your experience of yourself, of this body, of this breath. Find your center, find your strength, the strength in the spine. In everything we do, we'll find there's an aspect which we're strong, or we feel have a sense of power, and there's an area where we feel challenged, where we don't feel so strong. So we allow ourselves, we feel everything without being too heavily on one side or the other. Often when we are challenged can become a strength as well, by overcoming it or just becoming more at ease with that. So let's sit back again into the heels. Bring the forehead down to the ground, sweep the arms back into the pose of the child, back of the arms on the ground. Just let the elbows fall out to the side, let the shoulders really hang forwards. Relax the jaw, the mouth, the lips, the tongue. Breathe into the nostrils, out through the mouth. Really loosening the lips. Yeah. And now just centralizing your attention on that space between the eyebrows, the point that is in contact with the earth. And let the hips sink down into your heels, at the backs of the arms, and the whole arm sink into the ground. Just soften everything, softening deeper. Good. And let's just slide the hands forwards, extending them forwards as far as they'll go. Spread the fingers wide, come up onto all fours here. Tuck the toes under, inhaling, lift the knees off the ground into downward dog. So we're just looking back towards the feet, keeping the length in the abdominals, keeping the tail lifting up to the heavens, and slowly bringing the heels down. Opening between the shoulder blades, softening the elbows, keeping the hands fully engaged with the ground. How does this feel? Feel the thighs are strong. Breathing deeply. And again, if you want to, close your eyes and feel the breath in the spine. As if this breath is lengthening, creating space in the spine.
Really send all the breath out and allow it slowly to come back in. Right from the top of the head, the crown of the head, right to the base of the spine. Slowly bringing the heels down. Now let's just walk the feet towards the hands and let the body hang here. Knees are bent, let the body come into ragdoll. Breathe into the nostrils. Long, slow sigh out through the mouth. And again, feel that little impulse of lift from the base of the spine. Keep the knees bent, leave the arms heavy, leave the head heavy, keep breathing in and out. And slowly as you can, unfurl and uncurl. It's like you're rebuilding from the ground up. This strength you're feeling coming up through the body, right to the crown. Beautiful sunshiny energy being received in and shining out. Okay. Let's just come into the little, again, Tai Chi Twist. So feet nice and wide, wide of the shoulders. And we'll just turn on this axis once more. Letting the arms spin around the body. Breathe, bend into the knees. Breathe, nice and easy. Loosen everything up. Loosen, loosen, and liberate everything up. Okay. So now we are a bit more loose. Now we can come into a balance. We're going to do quite a strong one, then we're going to slow it all down. So we're going to come into Warrior 3. So I'm stepping onto the left foot, putting all the weight into that foot, letting the toes spread out, bending the knee. You see, as I'm starting to take my weight forwards in my body, I start to take that right leg back. I like to point the toe. You can equally push the heel back, but it's whatever you're doing, you're extending. So we're counterposing, and then you take the arms forward to help that counterpose. Hands either together or interlink the thumbs, or in this Jupiter Mudra. Try and keep the hips level. That right hip will want to lift up. We're trying to do that. If you're finding that difficult, you can always practice against a wall, find the position a bit easier, and then come back to that. Breathe. Really dig deep here. It's a strong pose, requires a lot of energy, but stay with it, breathe. Your breath will be your anchor here. Try to not to grip the ground with the toes. It's very tempting. One more breath in and then release. How does that feel? Feels good to stop. Now let's shake everything up again. So the knees are shaking, the hips, have the knees slightly bent, and the shoulders. Let it all go. Good, yeah. It's like reconfiguring all of that and shaking them all up. So we've kind of forgotten how difficult that was. So we're refreshed for the next side. Put the weight onto the right foot. So really engage with that. Send some roots down. And then as you start to tilt your body forwards, pivoting from the hips, then you start to extend that left leg back, pointing the toe or pushing the heel away. As long as there's a dynamic there, that's the important part. You'll feel your thigh getting strong. Extend the arms forwards. You can connect them if you want to. Interlink the fingers. Looking down at the ground. As you do this, you want to straighten out the standing leg as well, without bracing it. So you can feel the strength in that standing leg and also the leg that's kicked back there. Breathe. Strong dynamic. Keep the hips level. Breathe. Yeah, dig deep with your breath. Stay with it. One more breath in and then release. Slowly, if you can, release down. And let's just shake everything up again. Shaking the hips and the knees. You have to have the knees bent and the shoulders. Everything's kind of loose as well. Take the backs of the hands to the lower back. Give that a little pummel. Again, to keep the energy moving around, keeping it flowing. Once we get the energy moving, often, the balance just takes care of itself. And then taking the knuckles, either side of the lower spine, and just getting that energy to rise up. Oh, yeah. And you feel that sparkling light coming up through the back. Feel that coming up to my shoulders, now a little bit into my neck. Yeah, just keep that kind of almost pumping up the energy till it comes right to the crown. Just feel that rising up. When it comes to the crown, really feel it rising up to the heavens. And then feel at the same time the roots going down the sole of the feet. So you really feel you are here now, present. Good.
Let's take the hands to the heart space. Breathe in. Give it some sound, expression. High ribs. Yeah, release, release, release. Good. Standing, just check your feet, place them, place them. Place your feet down. Lift the toes, place them down. Lift the heels high, place them down. Bring the hands to the heart center. Soften the knees. Feel yourself standing tall. We're in Anjali Tadasana. Tadasana on the mountain. This is Anjali Mudra. So it's the prayer position if you like. And as you press the hands together, pressing towards this center line we're talking about. Feel the crown lifting, the feet sinking into the ground. Feel the body's lengthening all the time. The heart is lifting towards the hands. So it's beautiful, ascension and descension. It's important we have these, both of them, paid attention to. If it's all expansion and sunshine and expression, then we lose a sense of our body and our groundedness and the nutrients that we need to become balanced, whole, and harmonious. So let's just take a few breaths here. Maybe close your eyes for a second. And just notice all those little fluctuations of movement for balance. Breathe in, breathe out. So let's do a little gratitude prayer. Breathing in. As you breathe out, you point the fingers down, you look down at the ground, this earth, and as you inhale, we open the hands up, we take them out to the sides, to the horizon, and then we reach them up to the heavens, to the skies, bring the hands together. Can we bring them back through, down through this human form, through our central axis and point down to the earth from where we came, inhaling out to the wide horizon. Inhale, bring the hands beautifully together, these polarities, we're bringing them together and bringing them down into ourselves. So we just feel this beautiful movement. And this circle we're drawing with the fingertips around ourselves. You could think of this as a, holding space for ourselves, or a protective space if we feel the need for that. We're watching the hands, we're being interested, we're being curious about ourselves. Feeling that strong, intentional in-breath and the beautiful, soft, releasing out-breath. Keeping that steady, smooth and even for the whole of that out-breath until we point to the ground, then the in-breath begins. Thumbs come out to the side. Maybe spread the fingers wide, so really draw in everything. Now we allow ourselves a moment of gratitude. What do I feel grateful for today? Maybe there's some little thing that happened today, or maybe there's something you're realizing in this moment. Could be just some small thing, but nothing is a small thing, Every detail, we attune ourselves to it, can become equally important to something big. So it could be for some small detail that's in your line of vision. It could be something inside your body. It could be a little something that sparkles, that grabs your attention. So and what happens when we feel that sense of gratitude? What is it? What is it that has that feeling? What is the feeling? Without putting a label on it, what is the feeling? What is our experience? Where does it resonate in the body? What is the quality and the sensation of that? Really digging deeper and being more interested on a much deeper level in ourselves, in our experience. Good. Let the hands just rest now in the heart center. Lift the heart towards the hands. Close the eyes once more. Soften the knees. Notice how the feet are. Notice how we're balanced between the left and the right foot. Let those little fluctuations happen. Feel the back of the neck is long. The feet are sinking into the ground. The crown is open. And then bring your attention to the center of your heart, the center of your center. And just take that inner gaze, have that inner gaze looking inwards for a moment. What is there in the heart? What do you feel, see, experience there? Good. Let the hands drop slowly down. Let's come down to the ground. So we're going to come in a slow squat. Let's do a chair first of all. So feet to hips apart, lift the toes, place them down, lift the heels, place them down, reconnecting the surface of the soles of the feet. Breathing in, lift the arms up, palms facing each other. I'm just going to get out of the way of the beams. And as you breathe out, really, as soon as the bottom starts going back, you need to start strengthening the abdominals to support the back. All the time, these are working together, this band around the middle. Strong buttocks, legs and thighs are active. Back of the neck is nice and long, so it's in line with the arms. All the time extending. So we're getting lots of length in the sides, and then the ribs, the openness in the armpit there, and the shoulders. Breathe. Sit back deeply, but not too deep. Not too deep so you kind of lose that effort. Breathe. Now use the inhale to come up. Exhale, lower the arms down. See how the body feels now. Breathe in, breathe out. Now we're going to come down slowly. So I'm stepping towards the front of my mat, so I've got space behind me when I come down. Inhale, lifting the arms in front of you. Exhaling again. Sitting back, keeping the thighs strong, keeping the belly strong. Counterbalancing by taking the hands forward, and do this in your own speed. Keep breathing in and out to fuel this movement so we're not gripping and we're not suffering too much. Take the hands to the ground, balance the legs up and down. Seat forward bend, bring the legs together, toes towards the ceiling. Take a bit of the fleshy part back here. So we're sitting nice and tall. And we extend the arms up, look up at the back of the hands. And we're still looking at the back of the hands as the chest leads this movement and the arms are following. So it's the center, it's leading, the center of the center. Let the hands land on the ground or on the legs. Breathe in, lift away. Lifting the chest again, and then taking that whole body forward, led by the chest. And once you land somewhere, close your eyes. So instead of looking at where your body is in space, feel how your body feels in space. How does it feel? Is the chest still moving forwards? Shoulders are dropping back, neck is nice and long. Eyes, imagine if you're looking at your eyes, they'd be looking towards the feet rather than your knees. And feel your breath expanding your body. So really make that full capacity inhale. Maybe coming away from the legs a little bit to make space for that, and breathing out, breathing everything out, emptying, emptying, emptying as your body comes forwards. If you want to, you can take hold of the big toes with those first two fingers there. Maybe you can just find them in the dark. Good, breathe, breathing in. Come away a little bit more and then breathing out, coming forwards a little bit more. Breathing in, breathing out. We're going to come away now, so lifting the hands up to the ceiling, looking up at the ceiling on the inhale and lowering the arms down on the exhale. Take the hands behind you and you can come into either a hip lift. So lifting the hips high, your body's in a straight line, the toes or the soles of the feet are coming onto the ground, or the feet are on the ground coming up into a tabletop. Try one of those ones, whichever one you prefer today. If you're feeling a bit stronger, then the hip lifts good. Fingers are, the hands are on the ground with the fingers pointing forwards. And breathe, holding your position, whichever you've chosen. Breathe deeply. Opening the chest and breathing out. Slowly lower yourself down. Just bounce the knees up and down a little bit. And let's lower down. Extend the fingers towards the toes, breathing in and breathing out. Constantly breathing in and breathing out, keeping that softness in the movement whilst feeling our strength, and kind of we're controlling the tension here. We are choosing to make this quite strong, almost tension between the fingers and toes, but the softness of the breath supports us through that challenging phase until then, when we finally lay the body down, we can let go totally. Let the arms flop out to the side, let the feet fall out to the side, look at the back of the neck be long, chin is slightly tucked in there.
Maybe close the eyes for a moment. Let's take a couple of breaths here. Breathing in through the nostrils. Make some sound. Express that out breath. Kind of release. And just appreciating the comfort of lying and resting and feeling the weight of the body on the ground. I strongly recommend, if you have any green space around you, or even if you know you have to travel a little bit to get to a park or you have a garden, is to get at least your bare feet on the ground. It's a very grounding, earthing kind of practice. And if you can, get your back on the ground, on some grass or earth at some point, so you can really not just, you know, draw up that good earth energy and be nurtured, but also release any kind of rubbish you don't need, so the earth can kind of compost it in a way. So let's lift the left knee up, lift the right knee up, hug the knees, have a little rock side to side, release the lower back. Breathe, 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 release. We never know how much tension we're holding until we fully release, and it's like, whoa. So it's good to practice releasing tension, actively releasing tension and relaxing, actively relaxing. So let's take the hands around the front of the knees. Breathing in, take the knees away. Breathing out, draw the knees into the body, lift the head towards the knees. So we're just gently mobilizing the spine. Breathing in, take the knees away. Exhaling, putting the knees in. And just enjoying that feeling of contact with the ground and the spine. Breathing out, squeezing, breathing in, expanding and softening the back to the ground. One more, breathing out, breathing in. And as we're here, let's just get some ease into the hips. So we start off breathing in, take the knees away, put the knees together, but they come away, extend the arms, and exhaling, knees fall away from each other, feet fall away from each other, and you bring them back into the body, exhaling, inhaling, exhaling. Breathing in and out through the nostrils, releasing the hips. So really see if you can do this super slowly. So you can feel all those little bits of resistance, and you can feel where it flows, and you can feel how your body and your breath connect. So yeah, I would challenge you to see how slow can I do this. Breathing out. Also it depends on how slowly you can breathe, how much you can slow down that breath. The inhale, the knees are always moving away, making space for the air, and the exhale, letting the knees fall away, as far away from each other as possible, so you're getting lots of openness across the hip and in the groin. Breathing out, back into the body. Let's change direction, so starting with the knees away, breathing in, breathing out, draw the knees in, open them up, inhaling, so we're just opening, increasing our receptivity to everything, the ground beneath, the back of the pelvis there, and also the fronts of the hips and the belly. Breathing in and out, letting the legs fall away from each other, feeling that energy and that breath in the hip joint. Yeah, particularly if we're just emerging out of our little hibernations, that kind of forward motion, that emerging energy. We definitely need the hips to be open and freed up. Let's hug the knees again. Place the soles of the feet on the ground. Yeah. A little distance away from the buttocks. Bring the feet together actually. We're going to do this kind of almost Bigfoot spinal twist, I call it. Extend the arms out to the side, palms flat down. Breathe in through the nostrils. As you breathe out, let the knees fall over to the left. So you can see I've got keeping my feet together. Doesn't matter if they start straightening out the legs, as long as you kind of release them to the left and you look down to the right. So you've got this lovely twist going on from the top of the head right to the base of the spine. Now use the inhale to lift your knees and head to center, and the exhale, the knees go over to the right, the head goes over to the left, keeping the sides of the feet together. You feel this nice release in the lower back here, breathing out. See if you can lengthen that out breath to increase the relaxation, increase the release. That's a good one. Yeah, and increase the time and the space that your body needs to really release tension, and for your nervous system to recover. I mean, most of us live in quite high states of tension. A certain amount of stress is okay, but we often are going way above what is okay. And that's become normal. So how about a new normal? Breathing in and breathing out. The next time you bring your knees to center, let's just hug the knees one more time there. Place the soles of the feet on the ground. Let some space between the feet now, maybe as wide as the mat. Let the knees fall together. And just rest the hands on the body, wherever you feel you want them to be, and close your eyes. I'm going to do a little relaxation. Feel free if you want to stretch your legs out. To do that. Also feel free if you want to put a blanket over yourself. Place your hands wherever they need to go on your body. You're giving yourself almost, circling this healing energy from the heart through the arm, back to the body and back through. So let the weight of the arms rest on the body. Close the eyes. Take your focus inwards. And we're going to come into a relaxation. So eyes are closed. Focus inwards. Take some rest. Feel some ease here. Let your breath soften. Breathing in through your nostrils. Out to the mouth. Let it all go. Let it go. Release. Let go. And then just soften the breath. Make it easy. And let the body rest and recover. Give yourself that healing. Receive. Giving and receiving. Kind of in this beautiful loop. Giving with the hands on the body. Receiving into the body. And that receiving is replenishing and feeding again. Yeah, and it's expanding that healing quality, that relaxation, that calming of the nervous system, everything sinking into the earth, allowing your body to become replenished, re-energized, rebalanced, centered, sense of yourself. So with that, we'll touch upon that relaxation, maybe noticing how the body feels now, and start to just breathe a little deeper, start to come back into the body, start to wake the body up. Start to wake the body up, move the hands and feet, arms and legs, breathe a little deeper. Yeah. Just wake the body up slowly. Maybe extend, give yourself a full stretch or hug the knees, do whatever feels good for you. And then find yourself hugging your knees, roll onto your side, onto your right side. Rest there for a moment. Take yourself slowly up to seated. Take your time, do whatever your body wants. It's body time. And when you're up to seated, just recognize that body. How does it feel now? Does it feel more like you? And give that body that love and appreciation. Yeah. Hello, body. Yeah. Lots of gratitude and thanks for this body and acceptance of it. And then rub the palms together. Heat and energy focus between the palms of the hands. Very important area of the body here. And place that over the heart center. And bring your attention to this center of your center, this heart center. And in this place, we will bring to mind a Sankalpa or
You might call it an affirmation, a positive affirmation, whatever you feel you need. And these things, we can say these quite kind of throwaway in a way, but said with real intention and clarity can have a hugely impacting sense on ourselves. So take a moment just to say your Sankalpa to yourself a few times here. Receive it into the heart, give it energy, warmth, your attention most importantly. Feel it land and grow. Good. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Namaste. Good. Well, thank you so much for practicing with me today, and I hope this has been useful to you. Yeah.